Hello viewers, you are welcome to the show. This is the Premier Sport Fan Center and this is the live segment of the show. Today, match day for Chelsea, match day 22 for Chelsea, and it's going to be a very interesting match today. It is going to be Chelsea versus Liverpool. A lot of expectation. Chelsea is struggling for survival. Chelsea is struggling to cross into the Europa League, while Liverpool is struggling to be part of the top four. What intensity we've seen in the Premier League this season. A lot of clubs are fighting to survive the relegation zone. But today, it is the match between Chelsea and Liverpool. We have other matches played along. We have 3 matches going along today. Bournemouth, Aston Villa vs Leicester City, they are all on and we're going to cover them live. Well, before we continue, let me introduce to you an important guest in the studio, a co-presenter, Mr. Adeyemi. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's another beautiful day to talk about the beautiful game.
Yes, another beautiful day to talk about the beautiful game. It is 17 minutes into the first half and it is goalless between Liverpool and Chelsea. And it has been intensive. We have seen the cohesion between two of them. And it has been an interesting match. Who is going to take the day? That is what we are watching right now. And we'll be bringing it step by step, minute by minute as it goes. Mr. Demi, so far, we have seen what is happening.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about this match today?
There's a change in the mood in the guys. The guys wants to play. You know, when there is a change in a club, you see guys they want to fight for their shirt. Everybody, you know, some people will call it new manager ban, so that's an error. But that's a good block from Koulibaly, the Senegalese. It has been end-to-end stuff, not bad. You know, Enzo can flow better now. There's a Kante beside him. And I'm looking forward to a sweet game of football.
Looking forward to a sweet game of football. It is match day 28 for Liverpool and match day 29 for Chelsea. Chelsea have 9 matches left to play, while Liverpool is still having 10 matches to play. Liverpool is still struggling for top 4.
Yeah.
Is it possible for them to get to that top 4?
It's possible, but how realistic is it? Yeah, that's another topic for another day. So far so good for Liverpool. They still have hope. Unlike Chelsea, that all hope looks lost for Champions League spot. But Liverpool still has a glimpse of hope. If they can win the next 10 games straight, and if there's any team that can do that, it's Liverpool. So it's possible. It's possible. It's really possible.
It's really possible. Let's quickly look at the formation being played today by the two coaches. During the week, Chelsea sacked their coach, Graham Potter, and they brought in Bruno Salto.
Yeah.
Bruno Salto, a replacement and interim coach. But let's see what he has to present to Chelsea. Probably he's going to pull a surprise today. Nobody knows. But let's look at the formation he came up with. He came up with 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
With João Felix as the last man.
Yeah,
What do you think is his intention?
You know, João Felix is better off not being up front. The focal man is better behind. Even Kai Havertz too is better behind. But because we don't have this out-to-out number 9, that's why it's just, you know, playing like a false 9. So who arrived last to the ball. But it's a balanced formation because you can see Kante and Enzo sitting deep in the midfield. And when you have Kante and Enzo together, one is solidity, the other is a playmaker. So it's going to be a wonderful game to see.
It's going to be a wonderful game, and we are seeing Liverpool. Liverpool came up with their traditional 4-3-3 tactics today. What is it trying to? And if you look at the squad of Liverpool, their defenders, the most colorful defender is absent. We have Van Dijk is not there. Trent Alexander is also not there. What is Klopp trying to achieve? Even in the substitution bench, Van Dijk is not there. There's nowhere to be found.
You know, sometimes when you want to make changes in a team, the so-called leader sometimes can get asked. I don't know, maybe he's missing due to illness or anything. But if he intentionally left him out of the match day squad, that means there has to be a reason for it, either positive or negative. Injury also is a reason. But maybe he decided to bench him. Maybe they have issues. You know, sometimes you have to take strong decisions to save your job as a coach. So maybe that's another decision that this guy is taking today. You look at Kante. We've missed something like this. We've missed something like this. The way he intercepts attacks. We've missed it a lot. Kante is 2 players in one.
2 in 1 Kante. 2 in 1 bulldozer.
Yeah.
You know, let's quickly go and see what they have been playing around England. And the match between Bournemouth versus Brighton, it is 1-0 in favor of Brighton. The match between Leeds versus Nottingham Forest, it is 1-1. And it is the 39th minute. Leicester City versus Aston Villa, it is 1-1. And the match between Chelsea and Liverpool, it is goalless.
You know, today, we are at the stage of the season. What my role model we like to call Agbemugbe. You keep me here today. You know, those small teams don't just want to go down without a fight. So it's going to be a battle. That's why you see games right now, you can't really say, I'm a big team and I'll win. And you can't just say that. You have to come to the field and win the games. Yeah. You have to just win the game. If you don't win, you are not winning. So it's going to be a wonderful last 10 weeks of football in the Premier League. And we know Premier League for quality. We know Premier League for delivery. You know, we get entertained by the Premier League. You know, Premier League gives us a surprise of our lives. So we just can't wait to see the Premier League unveil the champion of this year. Yeah,
we can't just wait. But there's a player that's absent in the Chelsea squad. And one of the best defenders over Thiago Silva. You know, he has had 151 pass interception. That is to tell you he has the highest when it comes to defense in Chelsea defense. But here he's not present in the squad.
When we talk about football, we do great injustice talking about the attackers alone. Yeah. When you are talking about greatest players of all time, Thiago Silva should be one of them. Yeah. Because, you know, when we talk about fine wine, the older the wine, the
sweeter it is.
Yes, the better it gets. So when you talk
and it is in the net! Yes, James, who has made the difference? Oh! The referee says offside. It would have been one of the beautiful goals. A goal from outside the 18. The referee just cancelled that goal. And we can see the linesman pointing offside. That would have been a beautiful goal.
Yeah, that would have been. Oh, that's...
Look at it. Who is offside?
Run off play. You know, where the guy, this is where the offside came. Like, when he took the corner kick, the first header, the first pass there was the offside. It's an offside.
You know, for long you have missed Rich James in the squad of Chelsea. You have missed Kante. Yeah. Probably those are the most important. Look at the move. Just an inch. Yeah. Just an inch difference. I don't think the referee is going to give that.
That's an offside.
It's an offside. It's a clear offside.
It's the right decision.
The right decision. But he's still contemplating. Let's wait for the referee. He's still contemplating.
It's going to be.
He's contemplating. I think he's speaking to the VAR.
To the VAR.
Yeah, probably his attention will be called.
And you know, VAR in England has been so controversial. They've not really done well. To me, they've not really done fully well like other leagues. But they are above average, though. But it's not been that bad. But it's been bad.
Now look at the leg. Look at the line. Look at the line.
No, they will still put the line.
Look at the line. If you look at the line, it is not an offside. No, and I was trying to look at the hand. Look at the hand.
They will still put the line. You know, sometimes seeing can be deceiving.
Yes.
But when they put the line, you can actually get the fact. Look at the line.
Look at the line. Oh, it's a goal.
Offside.
The line I've shown is a goal. Look at it.
This is an offside. You see the red line.
The red line.
You see?
Oh, cancel.
If it was onside, it would be a green line for the VAR.
Well, that one has been cancelled. I think
it's just a few inches.
That one has been cancelled. So it still remains goalless, and it is the 25th minute into the first half. It's still goalless, and in other matches played along England, Brighton still leading Bournemouth by 1-0.
You can see the Muslims are breaking their fast, and some of other players they are trying to take water.
But breaking fast at this particular time, you know, by the time if you take a very long period of time without eating, and you eat and immediately start running, probably you're going to have...
No, they are used to
it's a soft one anyway. It's a soft,
this system, it gets so used to what you train it with.
Yeah.
So it's not as if today they've been playing football. So sometimes you don't want to be heavy on the field. That's why you see people that go to play football early in the morning, they don't eat. Because you might end up vomiting everything you eat.
Wow.
So sometimes it's just a plus. Sometimes you won't be able to really take the kind of pace you take before, but you can still hold yourself together and give a good performance.
Right. So it's still Leicester City but Aston Villa 1-1, and the match between Chelsea and Liverpool still stand goalless. Yeah. No goal yet, but the match is so intense.
Yeah.
You know, so intense, and right now you can't predict who is going to win, but the pressure is on Liverpool right now.
Of course, Chelsea is playing at home. When you play at home, there should be a reaction, especially when you sack a manager that took us from, I think, 6th when he collected the job and left us at 11th position. You know, when you are going the wrong direction, speed is not an advantage. So Chelsea has really gone the wrong direction. Now we are going further than where we were.
Talking about sacking of manager, the Premier League, this season alone, has sacked 12 managers.
Yeah.
This season alone has sacked 12 managers. This season alone, Chelsea have sacked 2 managers. This season alone, Southampton have sacked 2 managers. What are they looking for?
No, you have to give it to teams like Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona, that woke many of those other clubs from their slumber. You know what it means? There's no time to come and build. When you are building for 5 years, you don't know the results, you still fail. That's why you see teams like Man U, they've gone so many years without winning the Premier League. You know, teams like Madrid, you can see that they always want to win every season. And because of those principles they use, it helps them. It helps them a lot. You can see that you know as a manager that if I don't win anything this season, I'm going. So you want to put everything you have into it. You throw everything into the ring. And those are the secrets that has been working for teams like Chelsea, teams like Barcelona, even Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. If you don't win, you go. PSG. You know, PSG had to have taken that too, but theirs is like 2 seasons. So when you have philosophies like that,
yeah, you can see a good pass again to Harvard is going to pass.
What is this? What is Harvard doing?
I don't know why Chelsea keep
this guy is too slow.
Why Chelsea keep using Harvard as the last man?
The guy is better off number 8, but even number 8 will get this kind of chances. No, what did he do with this?
When you talk about better, it's always good.
What is this?
It's only good when it comes to positioning.
No.
It's good when it comes to positioning, but he has weak shots.
He
has a very weak shot.
This is a back pass. No, when you want to make an attempt, you make an attempt. This is a back pass, as far as I'm concerned. He has a strong left foot, but it's playing as if he's just training his left foot.
Now, talking about Kai Havertz in this very particular encounter today, let us look at some of those who have scored, most especially in the squad between in Liverpool and in Chelsea. If you look at it, it's Liverpool who had better scoring strikers. Mo Salah who have scored 12 goals. We have Firmino who has scored 8 goals. Nunes also scored 8 goals before you begin to see the likes of Havertz who have 7 goals. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In Chelsea,
you know, Chelsea is since Drogba and Diego Costa era, Chelsea has been spreading their goals among the squad. You will hardly see a player in Chelsea score over 20 goals a season. Even the Champions League successful year 2020-2021 that we won the Champions League, you hardly see a player scoring like 25 goals or 20 goals. The goals, you spread it around the squad. So that is one of the things that has been our undoing. Why Chelsea has not been able to win the Premier League for years now. If you want to win the Premier League, you need a goal-getter. You need out to hide. You can't spend like Man City now. Man City has depth of squad. That's why they could win the Premier League with an off 9. And even at that, they still went out to get a number 9 because they knew that's not sustainable. So one of the errors Chelsea is still making is not having this outright number 9 that can get the goals that you play to.
Not having this outright number 9, Aubameyang was brought in, but we didn't see his impact. And right now, sometimes it's not even in the squad.
No, the thing is, that's why sometimes the Chelsea owners come off like they don't really know what they are doing at the beginning. Because when you sign players for a manager, the manager was calling the shots, bring me this guy, bring me this guy. And immediately the transfer window closed, you sacked him. Tuchel himself called for Aubameyang. He has a reason. You know, your playing system determines the kind of guys you want. And you know, Aubameyang and Tuchel has history. They've worked together at Dortmund. So he understands his way of playing football. And he brought him in to come and do something like that. And when they brought in Graham Potter, he showed he didn't have interest in him. No, he didn't even give him playing time. Because
an opportunity for Liverpool, but that one has been cleared by Koulibaly.
This game is going to be very interesting. It's going to be.
It's going to be very intense. You know, right now you cannot say this team is going to win.
You know, when you see a manager that has direction. Okay, for instance, let's look at Chelsea. You know, this manager doesn't have a name, like a big name. Yeah. But when you see somebody that knows the job, they know the job. Chelsea, for these first 30 minutes, has been organized. You can see discipline. Player playing according to their role. Okay, look at Kante. Kante has been marking in front of the defense with Enzo doing the playing. Then Kovacic is the playmaker. Then leaving Havertz and Felix to do the damage. If you look at it, Chilwell has been positioned in his role. Look at James. Look at everybody. Look at the positioning of the... You see that when a team is organized, they are organized. When the central back drops towards the left, the one on the left will come into the center because the center must not be empty. Now look at, they are playing with direction. They are playing organized way. Look at it. Everybody knows their role. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Look at how Chelsea is playing more disciplined than on Saturday.
And the very Bruno Sato we are talking about, right? If you want to talk about his experience is not deep. The highest we saw was under Graham Potter, you know, and he played as a player in
Brighton. He's an interim.
Yeah, he's an interim coach.
He's an interim.
Because he was in the coaching period. Graham Potter, that was the highest experience he had gotten.
No, they are not. You see, these new owners, they should go and study Abramovich.
Yeah, but that's not saying that he's not prepared. They are not. In fact, when they brought him, you know. You don't expect.
See Kante.
You don't expect.
Look at what Kante. Oh my God.
You don't expect.
I miss this guy.
You don't expect to sack a coach and without preparing. You know what I'm saying? You were saying something about Bayern Munich.
Okay.
Sacking different. Bringing
now, look at when Abramovich wanted to appoint Tuchel. Sack Lampard. Almost in how many hours they already announced Tuchel. After sacking Lampard, you already have an alternative. Why? Because you know the direction you want. You know, football is a wave. Sometimes, you know, the era of 4-4-2 left. We started playing progressive football. You know, there was a time a right wing forward would play right, left will play left. It got to a stage, they switch it. Right can play left, left can play right. It got to a stage playmaker. It's a trend that is moving, is evolving.
Oh, look at that! The goalkeeper was trying to play with the back pass. You know?
You know, Alisson has been a culprit for some time now.
I'm here, continue.
So, when you're now looking at that, when you want to appoint a coach, you should know the direction you want to go to. What do you want? Is it pragmatic coach? Is he a coach that can play the ball on the ground? Now, when you consider that first, you now look at options that have been successful, antecedents over the years. What have they done with this pattern? When Man City wanted to start winning, they wanted to bring, they brought a newbie, Mark Hughes. The same mistake Chelsea made. Where did Mark Hughes take them to? When they want to bring a winner in Mancini, what happened? They started winning. They wanted an upgrade. They went for Pellegrini. Mancini already had set a foundation. And they started building on it. So when you want to buy a club, you buy a club. Okay, Chelsea is even successful. So you already have a structure on ground. You have somebody that's created a channel for you that this is how we succeed at this club. You cannot take away history from a club. If you forget where you are coming from or you forget your root, you will dry up. So they should go and study Abramovich. How does he do it? And get it right. We can't be playing Liverpool with an interim coach. If you want to sack him, he played badly. Sunday morning, sack him. As at Monday morning, you should know the direction you are going to. This one now, they are just interviewing coaches. Imagine. At this very dire moment, where we have a quarter-final match in the Champions League next week, less than or 7 days from now, it is an error. You don't do that.
And the very Jordan Klopp is one of those who are under the interview too.
Jurgen Klopp.
Yes.
No, you know when you look at now, a lot of naysayers, rumor carriers. Chelsea is now and the new avenue for rumor. In fact, they can link a Guavon to Chelsea or even Samson Siasia. So you know that when a club sacks a coach like this and you don't appoint immediately, you open a gap for rumor. People will start speculating, and speculation will bring them money. So you can't blame them for it too. So if you see people that know where they are going, look at Bayern now. Sack Nagelsmann, employ Tuchel straight. They've been talking to Tuchel beforehand. They should have a replacement beforehand. There are guys, there's Zidane. Zidane just lost the chance to coach France. There's Zidane. If the Zidane comes to this team, these players will first see him as an idol. So they want to play for him. We lost Hazard because Hazard was seeing Zidane as a role model. Now, when you have to play under your role model, it becomes your mentor. Who wants to lose that kind of opportunity? That's why, as I said, I'm going. Apart from the fact that last year Madrid, but Ronaldo is in Zidane. Zidane was his idol. So that's one of the reasons he left. That marriage ended because Zidane could not win trophies. At the end of the day, that's teams that know what they are doing. So how can you... I don't want to open Book of Lamentation, but I just hope that these guys employ the right place. There's money on ground. Your boy will say, oh, you want to learn now. You say, there's money. Spend it the right way. Spend it the right way, and let's start seeing results. We have players.
There is players. Looking at this Chelsea present squad, you see how balanced it is. You see how balanced it is. But a lot of people want to criticize Cucurella, that they don't like it. But from statistics, it's one of the best. It's one of the best midfielders.
Cucurella.
Yeah.
Cucurella is a left back. And when we're talking about fluidity, if you have a left back must be fluid. It must be mobile. In modern day football. That is, it must be able to move with the ball, cross the ball, play dead balls. You understand what I'm saying? So, Cucurella, his crosses are good, not that bad. But Chilwell is better. But mobility, Chilwell, he's just playing with a left back that's better than him. So he had to just adjust. It was like when Chelsea brought Mikel to Chelsea. He could not bench Lampard attack, so they had to adjust his role to a defensive one.
All right, let's quickly see what is happening in other matches. Bournemouth vs Brighton, it is halftime. 1-0, still in favor of Brighton. Leeds just took the lead against Nottingham. It is 2-1 in favor of Leeds. Then Leicester City vs Aston Villa, 1-1. 42 minutes, the match between Chelsea, Liverpool, no goal yet. And that is the match we are watching, and that is the match we are talking about. When we talk about this match, there's no way we will not talk about the coaches and talk about England, because the Graham Potter was sacked the same day Rodgers was sacked. There's a Leicester City manager. They sack Brendan Rodgers in the morning, and they sack Graham Potter in the evening. Immediately after our show, that was when the breaking news came up.
The news came up.
And from what we are seeing, it's like this squad play better than even when they were under Graham Potter.
You can't judge based on, because now everybody wants a shirt. So sacking a manager alone boosts morale of players, because they know that this new one doesn't have a starting 11 yet. So they still have a chance to break into the team. So everybody is fighting for their shirt.
Right. So the absence of Van Dijk and the absence of Alexander Trent annoyed. Yeah, that is the best. Some of the two best defenders of Liverpool. They are not present in this.
No. Arnold is not a best.
It's one of based on statistics.
Based on statistics,
is one of the best.
He's good attacking.
Yeah.
But defending is very poor, Arnold.
Yeah.
You can only say defending at Van Dijk. And this season, Van Dijk has been questionable. When you look at his performance, he has not been consistent this season. When you have a centre back that keeps avoiding, pulling back. He has been doing it for about 2 seasons or thereabouts now. He pulls back from making tackles and leaves his number 6 to do that until, you wait on the ball, you bring them into your box, and some errors they keep doing. So I guess it's just necessary to leave out Arnold. Arnold needs to do defending. Because if you're a defender, your primary duty is to defend. So, yes, he has assist. If he has assist, they should push him to number 7 and get a proper right back, because your primary duty should not be lacking when your secondary duty is doing well. So he tends to make his secondary duty cover up his error defensively. Okay,
during the week, interview. Oh, look at what Liverpool is trying to do. They're trying to break the defense, and they're still with the ball.
Yes. Imagine this Kante in the French national team.
During the week, there's this interview.
Yes.
Klopp was saying he don't care if he's sacked. He don't care if he's sacked. Jurgen Klopp. You understand what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say in essence is that, do you think Jurgen Klopp can still bring Liverpool back to what it used to be those days? Because no matter how it is, no matter how you try, I don't see him getting to that level again.
No. Klopp can do it. The issue with Liverpool was the success of last season. And when you want to lay that to, you have a successful season like that, and you sell one of your key players, it will tell. No team in the world. If you go and check Man City, they sold Zinchenko, sold Gabriel Jesus. You will see that clearly it has shown a little. Because this is not the vintage Man City we knew. So when you sell some players, it will tell. Talk less of
a beautiful chance! Oh, what
a hard-working player like Man that can run the whole 90 minutes. First. Secondly, you have guys that are tired. Another one is you have guys that are not taking their primary duty the way they should. Example is Arnold and Kante. Yeah, I said Kante and Van Dijk. Then another thing is that the midfielders, Fabio too, has dropped. Go and check those players' performances. It has dropped extremely. And that, I think that's more of like stress for them. The fatigue of last season. They played to the last. It will tell. So this season, they should just take what they get and prepare for next season. Because this Liverpool team, I still see a lot of things in their club.
But the question is that, do you think with these very present players, he can still pick up next season? Because they are all tired legs. There's no magic he can do.
Yes.
The other thing is either he change club or he buy new players.
You can't see somebody that will be tired forever. You just need to rest.
Now, if we talk about Mane, they brought Diaz, Nunes, and those guys are good players. But why is it that they have not been able to replace Mane?
It's talent. If you put a round wire in a square plug, it won't fit. You have to find a square for a square to fit in. So if you want to replace Mane, you have to go for like. Nunes is a number 9. And the worst part is now misfiring. Honestly, this Liverpool squad, they have talent. Their only undoing is their defensive woes. And their defensive woes start from the defensive midfield.
And that is the chance for Liverpool! But Cucurella was there to stop that beautiful attack from the left side. Diogo Jota was there to make the goal, but Cucurella stopped them. But that was a beautiful one.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
move.
chance.
Look at it. 1, 2, 3 from the left side. And
Jota should have just tried to bend the ball there. Maybe get a rebound from the goalkeeper
You see, these are some of the statistics that make Cucurella a good defender and a good.
No, he's a good defender.
Yeah. And those are the little statistics they count.
No, this is how it works. Yeah. When you are good.
A chance! What did he do? Good block there by Fofana. Fofana, that's a good one. You know, these are some of the old legs, but he's still very agile. You know, Fabinho.
Yeah, Fabinho is aging, but not that old. He should still be doing better than he's doing right now. Actually, he's not that old. You know, he's not older than Benzema. Look at what Benzema is still giving us at 35 or thereabout.
Right.
Look at Modric at 37, 38. Look at what he's giving. That's an offside. That's an offside.
And 3 minutes additional time into the first half. 3 minutes additional time. It is 45 minutes now. It is 45 minutes over. Right now, it is 47 minutes. 3 minutes additional time. Just have 1 minute left to play. And it is Liverpool who is attacking. A beautiful shot! Oh, that would have been the goal, but Arrizabalaga was there. A beautiful save. You know, that was a good trial.
Yeah, that was a good attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the keeper was there to do what he's paid to do. He should be saving that. That was not fantastic.
That is not fantastic, and any moment from now, the referee is going to blow the end of the first half, and we'll be warming up for the commencement of the second half.
Now, the way this guy has structured this thing, he should not be staying long as our interim. We need somebody that will handle this.
Another chance, and that is for Fabio again. That was a beautiful shot.
Wow.
It just went over the bar.
Yeah. That was a good it was a deflection, actually.
This last 3 minutes, I think there's a lot of pressure on Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, they've surrounded them in the 18 box and they have nowhere to go.
It's half-time already. New half-time. You know, this kind of matches, when you have two old foes play themselves, they tend to stretch the game. You know, bring the ball to me, I take the ball to you, end-to-end stuff. That's why we get entertained. We wait. We hold our breath. You know, we salivate when we want to see this kind of matches because they make us sit at the edge of our seat and scream when we need to.
You know, has it really got into the extent that the news, when the news broke that Graham Potter has been sacked, I saw a lot of Chelsea fans celebrating. They were even popping champagne.
Of course.
If you had champagne, will you pop it as a Chelsea fan?
Of course.
So you are happy?
I'm not a bad person, but I'm a realistic and I'm an objective person. I won't see the truth and say I'll be because of emotional. I'm not an emotional driven person. It's the right decision. When you do the right thing, I will celebrate with champagne.
Are you not concerned that just in a season, Chelsea have sacked 2 managers?
I'm not concerned. I'm concerned about the result. If you like, sack 10. Give me the trophy.
Now, in England already, they have sacked 12 coaches this season. And if you talk about the Bundesliga, it's just 4 coaches.
Let me give you a
If you talk about Spanish La Liga, it's just 3.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Aston Villa was struggling. They were struggling, seriously struggling under Gerrard. Since they brought Goodibini, you know, we call him Goodibini because he wants to greet the Goodibini.
Goodibini.
Goodibini. So,
Goodibini.
what's his name? The guy that came from Villarreal. Yeah. So, the former Arsenal coach.
Yeah.
So, when they brought him in, do you know that only Arsenal and Man City has better winning rate compared to Aston Villa since he came? So when you see people that know, they know. If you don't know, you don't know. That's how it works. This game is not rocket science like that. When you know something, you know it. You don't have to kill one of the best in the game and you just sack him like that. It is an error. It is.
But when Tuchel was sacked, some Chelsea fans were in support of it.
Is it every fans that understand football?
They were in support of it.
Many fans don't understand the technical aspect of football. It was struggling.
It was the same same fans who were in support of it are saying, they made a mistake.
No. Many Chelsea fans that know, that I communicate with, that will talk, most of them were not in support of sacking Tuchel.
Right.
When I spoke to guys, I have Chelsea friends, Chelsea fan friends that they know. There are some fans they don't know, and you can always entertain their level. They just want to enjoy football. It's not a must. But for Chelsea fans that know, they understand the game, hardly will you find one that supported the sacking of Tuchel. Because we know that this man is going the right direction. You saw a team that was not balanced. We were beating teams. It took a VAR error for us to draw the game against Tottenham. We were playing well. We were artists. There was a direction. That's why even an average Chelsea fan was not thinking about sack that time. An average Chelsea fan, we were not thinking about the sacking. So it came as a big surprise. So when we talk about Tuchel handling Chelsea's team, he was a good manager. We shouldn't have lost that guy. But he has moved on, and Chelsea too have to move on. There are better names. For me, the job will be done by Zidane.
All right. Let's quickly talk about other matches. The match between Brighton, Bournemouth, 1-0, 49 minutes.
Yeah, Brighton, Bournemouth. Brighton has been the surprise of the season. They had a very okay, not fantastic, okay season last season. And, since they lost, Graham Potter started a good job this season. And since they lost him to Chelsea, they brought in De Zerbi. And De Zerbi has been doing a good job, a disciplined coach. Look at it, they lost their best guy up front to Arsenal. And they're still doing well. When the guy, what's his name? Trossard, started misbehaving, he removed him from the team, from the starting lineup. They started having issues. Because you cannot entertain an indisciplined player. It can end up scattering your squad. Can cause more harm than good. So when you see coaches like that knows what they are doing, you leave them to do their job. And that's the result of what Bournemouth has today.
All right, the match between Leeds and Nottingham Forest quickly. 52 minutes into the second half, and it is 2-1 in favor of Leeds.
Leeds is enjoying a new manager bounce. They just sacked their former manager, and they just brought in this new guy. Everybody wants to have a shot, everyone wants to have a taste of the game. And they are fighting relegation. So you just see that it has to be an Agbe-Mogbe situation. We have to die here, or we live here. So it's just something that, a game that Leeds should be winning.
The Leicester Aston Villa 1-1. Leicester at home.
Yeah, Leicester just let go of Brendan Rodgers. For me, a fantastic coach. Leicester has their blame. You can't sell most of your key players and not revamp or bring in new guys that can do the job. So the Leicester is trying to come up, but let's see. Time will tell if they can do the needful. Because Aston Villa is a team that is in form. They are cutting away results. They are playing very well. It took Arsenal, a bit of luck to win them, to defeat them 4-2. And so it shows how strong that team, how well coached that team is. So that game is too close to call.
Yeah. When we talk about sacking of coach in England, in English Premier League, in the England Premier League, it is as a result of they are not getting results.
Yeah.
But in other leagues, like Julian Nagelsmann, that was sacked, was it really bad?
It's because he was not getting results. If you sack any manager in football, it's either you have a rift with the fans, the owners, mainly those are the three main things, or you are not getting.
But there is this rumor that it was not outrightly because of performance. That it was because of information that he let out. No. That before you talk, before they say anything, the information is already leaked out.
They've been setting the coup underground.
Okay.
If you know Bayern, last season, Bayern won the league in one of the most unusual way they used to. Bayern, by 5 games to the end of the season, you're already seeing them with the trophy. They had to wait last season. And this season too is looking like they'll wait. You see, when you are not doing things the way you were doing it, that means you need to upgrade the way you are doing the things at that time. The Bayern we knew is vintage. They win the league many games before they can focus on Champions League. This Bayern was second when they sacked Nagelsmann, was losing to teams like Bayer Leverkusen, was playing draw at home to teams like Cologne, was dropping unnecessary points. You know, it was not the vintage Bayern. And see, I come against every spirit of at all. When you take away that spirit of at all, you will realize that Bayern just made one of the best decisions of the season. And you will see the result. Look at their next 10 games. Even the Champions League, Man City now, they will be under more pressure. Because the odds are beginning to change because of one man. Would you say Nagelsmann has the tactical brilliance to face Guardiola? It's not Xavi that, neither is he the newbie in Europe of PSG that PSG had. We are talking about a coach that is sound tactically. He needs another tactical brilliance to stop him. Look at Champions League final, Man City, Chelsea. Look at Tuchel. He understood that these guys will want to come and play. Look at the way Chelsea were playing. They were not defensive. They were not pragmatic. They were efficient. Efficiency alone won them the Champions League. Chelsea was not extraordinary. Chelsea was just efficient. Yeah. When you are playing your two, play it well. Eat your 80% consistency. Eat your 80% performance. Your left back, do it well. Your center back, do it well. So everybody in the team wants to play their role well. And when you are efficient like that, you will get results.
And probably that's why Bayern Munich brought in Tuchel.
Of course.
He's a 9 minutes coach.
Of course. You know,
and probably it will be very difficult for Nagelsmann to defeat the like of Manchester City and Chelsea. But they know that Tuchel he knows them very well. See, he has defeated them before.
They would have not sacked Nagelsmann now. But one of their fears, according to the stories that came out, was that by summer another club might have taken Tuchel. That is the hottest coach on ground. Hottest, the most. When we talk about tactically, technically, and in brilliance, he is the most qualified that is jobless. And he has experience in Germany. Look at what he did with an average team like Dortmund. Look at what he did. Took them to where? Semi-final of the Champions League. I think we was in the final self. I can't remember. Look at the way that team was taking teams apart. So they only lost to Bayern because Bayern was coached by Guardiola and he had more financial muscle. So when you see a coach that knows, he knows.
And he was sacked when he took Bayern to third position in the Bundesliga.
Look at. He took Dortmund to third in Bundesliga. Yeah. He won the cup. Why he was sacked is because he had issues with the board. One of the key statements.
It was
not based on what performance. Yes, it was not performance. He had issues with one of them, and people like this, like Klopp, they are people that believe in what they know. They would rather walk away than for you to convince them to come and do what they don't understand. So there are coaches that they know their own names. They know what they want to do part time. So that's just it.
All right, our line is still on. Don't forget to call in. Our line is in the front of the screen, and it is 080-6754-7092. Don't forget to call. Don't forget to call in, and remember to subscribe so that you always get notification. Don't forget to subscribe. Just click the subscription button in front of your phone, and you will always get us live. So before we go on short break, Mr. Idayemi, before we go on short break, let's quickly talk about the new Chelsea coach.
We don't have a coach yet.
You don't have a coach, but the interim coach.
Yeah, we just have shock absorber.
It's a Spaniard, right?
Yeah.
A Spanish man, you know.
Yeah.
He played for Brighton. He played for, I think, he had 14 appearances.
Yeah.
He did not score any goal.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he did not win any trophy, right, with them.
Hey,
so that was his footballing days.
There's nothing to talk about him.
Right,
he can never coach Chelsea. If you coach Chelsea, they should start a protest against the owners. If you like, win this game 10-0. Because it's not about now. It's about 1 year from now. We are talking about a team that suffered so much. So you need to bring in somebody that will bring our hope back again and say, okay, we can still step in the right direction.
Yeah. All right. Let's just take a short break. We'll be back before the second half starts. In just a moment, we'll be back. Don't go away. Stay with us. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Managerial. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Managerial. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are 2 chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball and he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the 2 London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I just go to my this account to say Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about the starting 11. Now we have 2 starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about 2. Let my 2 and 3 come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next season. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Managerial. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Arsenal versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Benue. Please don't forget to subscribe. Sport Farm Center. This is the live segment back after the second half, and it's 1-0 in favor of Brighton against Bournemouth. Lead with 2-1. Leicester City versus Aston Villa is 1-1, and the match between Chelsea and Liverpool still remain goalless. And the match is so intense. Right now, Mr. Yemi, what do you have to say? It is the 53rd minute into the second half, and it is still goalless.
Now, on Saturday, I said the match so far is not good. But this match, you can say so far so good. Because you've seen reaction, you've seen the players' body language, you've seen more discipline. Not the level we want it, but it was not the level it was. So it is a big plus from what we've saw on Saturday. This can be deceiving because it's just new manager bounce. So we are not deceived. We understand football over time, we know we are not deceived. It's just new manager bounce. Over time, it can fizzle out.
Over time, it can fizzle out. So far, we have seen the display. If you are the other day, I asked if you are the manager of Manchester United, what will you do? You say, I will remove Anthony, I will remove Weghorst, and exactly that was what the manager did.
Yes.
So if you are the manager of Liverpool, what will you do with Liverpool's squad right now?
If I'm the manager of Liverpool, one, I can see that the workload is too much on Fabinho. Maybe bring in a central midfielder to support him in the midfield. And I guess bring in a Salah. Just to, keep Chelsea players more on the back foot. The best form of defense is attack because there's a lot of pressure on the Liverpool defense. So when when the pressure is too much, you concede. So maybe if they can do justice to that, bring in Salah. And Salah can do something in this game. And after bringing in Salah, there's Gakpo too. You can bring in Gakpo. And in the midfield, you can bring in either Milner. Milner is a workaholic. So he can do the marking for Fabinho, while Fabinho do the passing.
All right, there's a red card in the match between Leicester City versus Aston Villa. And that red card goes to Delbury, for roughing somebody. He had the yellow card before. There's a second yellow card, 2 yellow cards, and he's out of the game.
The guy is just coming up the ranks at Leicester City, one of the new promising talent. He got a 2 yellow card. And a red card followed. So sometimes you just have to take one for the team. And I think he just took one for the team.
He just took one for the team. Let me quickly read the score. It is 72 minutes into the match between Bournemouth and Brighton. And 74 Leeds Nottingham, 74 Leicester City Aston Villa, then 58 Chelsea Liverpool. Let's quickly see what the table has. The table is gradually changing. And we can still see Bournemouth on the relegation zone. Leicester City still remain on the relegation zone. And Chelsea still remain in 11th position.
Yeah.
They are unmovable.
They moved.
They moved from 10 to 11.
Yes.
So
they are movable.
They stayed 10 position for up to 2 months.
I think a month plus. And they moved.
And they moved to
backward.
And they moved backward.
Going the wrong direction with speed. So it's actually an error for the owners of Chelsea to wait this long before sacking.
Beautiful position by Joao Felix there. What did he do? He played the ball. Oh! That was so close.
Yeah, that
was a close one. You know, he was surrounded by almost 4 defenders, 4 Liverpool defenders.
Of
And
course,
still, he will have passed that ball. If you ask me, he will have passed that ball. Look at it. 4 defenders, 1, 2, 3, then 5, 6, and he still played the ball.
Not bad. That was good. Not bad. But, you know, when you have things like this, you spray up the guys. Things that are inside them will start coming out. Because they know that, okay, this guy...
You see the interception again by Cucurella?
Yeah, Cucurella is good at marking. There was this game, I think, against, was it Dortmund? Or which game was that? It was the man of the match. Yeah. How many games?
That's the Champions League, yeah.
So Cucurella is not that bad. See, man management in a team, coaching cannot be or overemphasized. Because you need these things. You need these things to perform.
Do next! Have a chance! And he has been blocked by Rick James. You know, talking about Nunes, you know, recently we have seen his exploit. Recently we've seen that he can score goals. When he came to Liverpool, you know, 3, 4, 5 matches we did not see goals coming from him. But recently, I think he has been banging goals. That's to show that he's fitting in into the squad.
Yeah, Nunes has been fitting in into the squad, but the goals has been his own doing. He has lost too many chances. You can't be losing that kind of chances in the Premier League. When he was at Benfica, he could be losing those kind of balls. But when you're at the Premier League, you need to stay on top of your game and do the needful.
Yeah. You need to stay on top of your game and do the needful. Let's quickly look at the statistics of this match. Let's quickly look at the statistics of this match and between Chelsea and Liverpool. I think it is 43% for Chelsea and 57% for Liverpool. That's to tell you that Liverpool has more possession than Chelsea. Then goal attempt, 10 for Chelsea, 7 for Liverpool. 3 shots on goal for Chelsea and 4 for Liverpool. And then corner kick, 1 for Chelsea, 4 for Liverpool. So where is the pressure going?
You know, sometimes statistics can be deceiving. But when you look at penetration in the game, who has created more chances? Clear-cut chances, not just back pass. You know, clear-cut chances where you know that, okay, this could have been a goal. So that's where you look at. Liverpool has not been bad, actually. The game has been balanced so far. And it seems second half now, Liverpool is doing more of the playing. But Chelsea just had a goal disallowed for handball, checked by VAR. But so far, so good. It's been a very, very,
when we talk about the head-to-head between Chelsea and Liverpool, it's always a draw. In their last 5 matches, it's always a draw. And the last 2 matches where Liverpool won was through penalty. You know what I'm saying? So it has always been a draw. What is the problem? Can't one person win by regulation time?
It shows the strength of the team is balanced. It's balanced. When you weigh it, it's almost equal.
Probably today is going to be different.
Even when Sadio Mane was there. Today, let's see, time will tell, but it's not looking like it's going to be different.
It's not looking like it's going to be different because it's already, how many minutes into the second half? It's already, let me quickly look at it, 63 minutes.
63rd minute.
63rd minute into the second half and it's still goalless. And you can see Mo Salah warming up to come in. And probably it's going to come in and make a lot of difference here.
Bringing in Mo Salah.
Another counter for Chelsea. Oh, the first touch was a bad one by Joao Felix. Okay, Chilwell. It was a bad first touch. You know, the moment, as a player, your first touch determines where you are going to. Your first touch determines your direction you are going to. That first touch was a bad one.
Not just a bad one, it was a technical foul by the guy. No. He was just being smart.
Now, what difference has Kante brought into this team today?
Solidity defensively. marking the lines. He has made the job of the defenders a whole lot easier. That's what he has brought tonight. He has, Kante, when you say Kante, he's extremely mobile. And at the same time, his work rate is massive. There was a time Hazard said, whenever he's on the field, he sees Kante twice. One on the right, one on the left. Because of how efficient he is. And you can't take that away from him. He's a fantastic guy.
A fantastic guy. Now,
Look at
he's in control of the midfield. Totally in control of the midfield. And he has made it so easy for Enzo Fernandez,
Yes, now the workload on Enzo now is now way smaller than it was. Look at, he's now coming to collect the ball freely. Controlling the midfield together. You can see the interchanging passes. Yeah, you can see the build-up to attack. You can see.
Oh, beautiful play!
Oh, that was a good stop.
Wonderful.
That was a beautiful stop.
That was a beautiful stop. Yes. And they're trying to walk through the right side, and who is there? Mo Salah is not coming. See, another interception by Cucurella.
Cucurella is good defensively. You can't take that from him. He's good defensively. But he needs to work on his concentration. He can lose concentration sometimes. One of the best right back in the world now is James. We have him at Chelsea, but we are not maximizing his potential. There's a rumor that those are one of the Galactico signings that Real Madrid are planning for the summer, that they want Reece James at all costs.
Well, okay, let's quickly look at the substitution bench. Probably if Chelsea have players that can come and make difference into the squad. Badeshel, Kalaga, Luftus-Cheek, Madueke, Mendy, Mason Mount, Modric, Pulisic, Raheem Sterling.
Badashile, the guy is a defender. So for now, Chelsea defense is doing well. What do we need to change? We need just somebody that can take on players, that can just bring like 2 players to himself and free one man up front to score. So when we think about that, maybe we might bring in, if you want to go with the experience, you bring in Sterling. But if you want to go with speed, you bring in Modric. And, you might want to renew blood in the midfield and just take out a Kovacic for missing Mount. And that would do.
And we can see Liverpool making a substitution.
Yeah, Mo Salah. I spoke about Mo Salah then.
Mo Salah
the coach should be thinking of bringing him in.
Then
Robertson. Will restrict the attackers now.
Mo Salah in, Firmino out. Then Tsimikas out. Then Robertson in. Is that a good substitution?
Yes. Robertson, the left back, they need crosses, consistency. Sure you get. Yeah. They need it. And I think this guy, Kovacic is injured. I think he made a wrong step. That's a yellow card for him.
That is a yellow card offense. And that should be there's been a lot of yellow card in this match.
See, he missed it.
Oh, no, it's not a yellow card offense.
He fell on the ball, but his hand touched the ball. He used his hand so that they don't start to counter. That's a yellow card.
So because of the intensity of the match, we can see we are having 4 yellow cards. 4 yellow cards in this very particular match. 4 yellow cards.
He should take his yellow card in peace. And not in pieces. But this, you see, for me now, if Chelsea want to express better, they should open the midfield up and let guys flow up front. They are too tacky.
Too tight.
They are too choking.
That's what I'm saying. It's too intense.
They are not letting the game express. They are not seeing the expression of the game. The guys are not expressing themselves. They are too choky. When you play expressive football, you open the game up. You open it up. I think Modric should be warming up. Gallagher too. Okay, he prefers Gallagher in place of Mr. Mount. They both play similar roles.
Yeah.
It seems his preference is Gallagher. And who can blame him? Mr. Mount is just coming back from injury. So Gallagher has been consistent.
Sometimes I wonder why some of these managers cannot convert a player that you have seen potential in. When somebody like Havertz is not giving you the required result that you expected from him, why not convert somebody? You come back and you switch up that person so you can replace him.
Yes, it's easy to say he can convert somebody. Look at that lineup. Who will he convert?
A lot of players he can convert.
Like?
Okay, if you bring in, if you use somebody like Pulisic is when it comes to scoring,
Pulisic doesn't have presence.
When you leave him up front, not to create, but to score.
It doesn't. You need presence to score. Nation one striker that doesn't have presence that score. That's what I'm saying.
But he has scored some goals, and
then
probably he has created, because his position is to create. Right now, the role they gave to him is to create chances.
The thing is this. Yeah. It is this.
Kante is going out.
When you play from the wing to score, it's different from when you are the focal point. When people see you as the number 9, so they want to mark you out. You are seen as the main threat, because every team wants to avoid a goal. So can you play under those pressure? Do you have the presence? Do you have the pace, the skill? You know, sometimes body size to do it. Alan, body size is working for him. You can say Aguero was not that, but Aguero is smart with his movement. Does Pulisic have those things? Pulisic mainly plays the ball.
You saw when Pulisic played for US?
Yes.
In the World Cup.
He
was the man of the US.
Of the US?
Yeah.
How many quality players the US have? Was the man for US. They say in the midst of the blind man, one high man is their king. So
but he really carried them. He really carried them.
Yes,
you know. And I was so impressed. And a lot of people were impressed with what he played.
There are times that when you are the main man responsible for the team, you don't have a choice. It's like Aston Villa is about to score a goal.
No, another big chance for Aston Villa.
You don't have a choice than to perform. So that's just it. It was like the responsibility of the team was on him. So he had to just produce the goals. So, and he did well. That's why they call him Captain America. But in Chelsea, he has been Captain Fufu.
In Chelsea, he's not as...
Aston Villa just scored.
And an update, Aston Villa has made it 2-1. It is 2 for Aston Villa and 1 for Leicester City. And that goal was scored by Traore. Traore.
That was supposed to be a card offense on Cucurella. That was an elbow from Matip.
Traore has scored 2 for Aston Villa. You know, it was Aston Villa that defeated Chelsea in the last match.
Yes.
2-0. And right now, that's to tell you what Unai Emery is doing. He has transformed the team from Steven Gerrard, right?
Yes.
From Steven Gerrard, he has transformed it. In fact, when Steven Gerrard was there, they were almost going for relegation. But he has brought them back now. You know.
That's where when you see people that know, they know.
So with this present result now, that means Aston Villa will be flying to 7th position. Okay. 7th.
They deserve it. When you win games, you earn points. When you earn points, you climb the table. It's as simple as that. And
this victory also is taking Brighton, if Brighton can retain this victory, 1-0 over Bournemouth, it's taking them to 6th position. You know, Brighton has a lot of outstanding games. I think 1 or 2 extra. So when they win it, there's every tendency Brighton is going into the top 4. Yeah. So you know they've had a fantastic season. You can't take that from them. They've been fantastic this season. It's March 27 for Brighton. Yeah. Well, it is March 29 for others, 29, 28. You see what I'm saying? 27 for Brighton. So you have 2 outstanding. And they are still in the FA Cup. Yeah. So one more. They are having a wonderful season.
So far, so good. They are doing well.
So far, so good. They are doing well.
Yeah,
Now, let's quickly talk about the defense line of Liverpool. What Jordan Klopp did with the lineup of Liverpool. He brought in Matip, Konate, Gomez, and Simrikas.
Simrikas has just was withdrawn was substituted for.
Yeah, because he was substituted because he had a yellow card, and he was substituted. But what was he trying to achieve when he took off? He took off Alexander, took off Van Dijk, and he was using this set of people.
Number one, when your defender is on yellow card, it's a risk for red card. Yeah. So you can renew blood there, so that the other one can mark more aggressively. Then, secondly, in the removing Firmino for Salah, that means Nunes will go to centre forward and Salah will play more from the wings and maybe a more playmaker role. So Salah over time has been a go-to man for Liverpool. He has been delivering the goods that has helped them win trophies over the years. So you can trust him again to maybe be the difference in this game. And so far, so good. The game has been balanced. This kind of games, the two of them will watch each other. We don't want to make mistakes. And that's very important in games like this.
So because of the intensity of the match, if you look at it, 4 yellow cards for Liverpool. And Chelsea only had 1 yellow card. That's to tell you that Liverpool are under pressure.
Of course. You see, when you reel out the ball possession, Leicester has a big chance to. When you reel out the ball possession, I told you appearances can be deceiving. Pressure will cause teams to commit fouls. When they're under pressure, you commit fouls. So, that was lost. So you can't just say that because you see statistics and you start basing the game on that. It can be really deceiving. This game has been balanced so far. Chelsea has really come to the party, and Liverpool too has come to the party. But Liverpool too has more been, Chelsea has had the most glaring chances to
in the
score.
first half.
Even the first half, even the second half. They had a goal that was unlucky, disallowed by handball. So there's still more left to be seen. Like, the game is still coming alive. We might still see goal in this game.
All right, let's talk about the fans of Chelsea. What do you think the fans of Chelsea will be thinking right now? Given the fact that Graham Potter has been sacked and with the present way they have played so far, what do you think they will be thinking?
They just think that we can't wait for the next coach that's coming. That's just the reasonable thing to think about.
Another big chance for Brighton. Brighton is about to make it 2. So, let me quickly run down the situation of the matches played across England. Bournemouth 0, Leeds 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 2, Chelsea, Liverpool goalless, Brighton 2, Bournemouth 0. That goal has been given, and it is 2 for Brighton. That's the confirmation that Brighton has won this match, and they will remain on 6th position.
Yeah, not bad. Brighton is doing well. De Zerbi has done a great job. Taking over from a successful coach is not an easy task. You have to work to get into work to stay in. And De Zerbi has done a fantastic job. So you have to give him the credit. You give him the credit he deserves, honestly.
You give him the credit he deserves. So far, let's talk about the goalkeeper of Chelsea. How has his performance been today?
Kepa has been fantastic. You see, I was talking about bringing on PC. He has changed the midfielder. Now bringing in an attacker. So football is not rocket science. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. That's it. And, Igbo brothers, we say, oh, no, what you don't know, you don't know.
Don't know.
And what you know,
You know.
so that's how it works. Porter's level is an average teams in the league. Bring in coach that can win, that has the wherewithal to win trophies. You know, we are tired of mediocrity. Chelsea is not a club for mediocres. We are clubs that they pick as favorite to win trophies. We are not clubs that people now look for to take tap point from. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Liverpool resting Salah for Chelsea? That's an insult.
He said that's an insult. And they didn't put him in.
Yes, now they didn't concede.
All right, let's just digress a little bit. Tuchel is having a nice time in
Of
Bayern
course,
Munich.
he will.
But
He knows the job.
right now, Freiburg about to break his heart because in the 94th minute, Freiburg just leads Bayern Munich 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
It's a cup competition. You consider that. It's a cup competition.
And the match between Leeds versus Nottingham Forest have come to an end, and it is Leeds who took the day, and Leeds remain in 6th position. That is it.
Leeds, 6th position.
Oh, Leeds, sorry. Leeds remain in. They are struggling for. Leeds are struggling. They are still struggling for relegation. I was Brighton that took 6th position.
Look at what I said about Liverpool. They just brought in Milner and Gakpo. So if they renew blood in the attack, they bring in another energetic guy to mark in the midfield.
Yeah. So Leeds remain in 13th position.
Nottingham Forest 17. If I was to be given money for the substitution prediction I just made,
you just got it right.
I just got.
This is not the first time you are getting it. This is not the first time you are getting it. The other day you predicted who they would substitute, and that was the people they substituted. Today you actually got them complete. So that's why I was telling you, you need to go to become a coach.
I would really like to think in that direction.
So you know the right people to feature in every match. And definitely it is when you feature the right people that you get the right result.
You get to do the right thing and you get the right result.
You get the right result. If you feature the right people, you get the right result. And that is what most coaches don't know. And most especially the coach that was sacked from Chelsea. And the match between Aston Villa and Leicester City have also come to an end. Leicester City, the new coach just started with
no
a defeat.
New coach, is just interim.
An interim. So whatever you call him is a coach.
You know, there was rumor that Graham Potter actually rejected to coach Leicester City. And he said he wants to take a break from football. You know, who can blame him? You know, Chelsea fans, some people can be so stupid. Some were threatening his family and all. So, you know, those emotional trauma.
Wow, up to that extent of threatening his family.
You know, some guys can be so crazy about football. Football is just a game that unites us or not to divide us. You know, some people create what is not there.
You know, and he's a gentleman. He's a complete gentleman.
Of course.
He don't even know how to shout for players.
He's a gentleman.
You understand? When they're on the field, he don't shout for them. You know,
if you will, like, okay, looking at it as a coach, you need to have some very crazy part of you for you to pass your message so that the players can hear you. Coaches, the most successful coach in the world right now in club football, in European club football, should be Guardiola. You see the way he took out Cancelo. When you see a cancer, you don't keep it. You cut it off. Mourinho, look at how he froze out Zaniolo in Roma.
And Liverpool is about to break Chelsea's heart, but no. You know, and the match between Brighton and Bournemouth have come to an end. And it's Brighton who took the day. 2-0 in favor of Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton.
You know, almighty Bournemouth that defeated Liverpool.
Yes, that's why you see that Liverpool is not doing well this season. And you know, personally, if Chelsea didn't win the Champions League, I just pray Chelsea doesn't qualify for Europe, so that they can actually focus on the league.
Focus on the Premier League.
Yes, it's an advantage. You know, it gives your player more time to recover for games.
That is why we need to give it to Manchester City, because right now they are in all competition.
Man City has depth of squad. What else?
All competition.
What
They are in the
else?
Champions League. They are in the which other league?
If we start analyzing from goalkeeper, their goalkeeper is around 30-something million, Ederson, from Benfica. Left back, they bought Illaramendi, who is on trial right now. They brought in, there's this young guy that is currently mounting that position. And the centre back, John Stones is 50 million. Diaz is around 60-something million. Right back, Kyle Walker is 50 million. When we talk about those guys, in the midfield, how much did they bring in this man, Rodrigo? When we talk about Bernardo Silva, they're over 30-something million, 40-something million from Monaco. When we talk about De Bruyne is 50 million from Wolfsburg. You can't have that kind of a team and have an excuse to fail. No. To whom much is given, much is expected.
Just like
so
you expected much from Chelsea. Chelsea will spend than them.
No. Chelsea has not spent more than Man City.
What are you saying?
If you look at the record of Man City, their squad is over 1 billion. In what?
In what are being purchased? I'm talking about
In
purchase
what?
of players.
Yes, go and check. When you have Grealish, over time, over the space of how many years now, they spent over 1 billion now. Go and check.
I'm talking about this season.
When you want to talk about Man City success, you have to talk about the guys they have brought in so far. This season, no, you can't talk about this season alone. There are guys that they brought in a higher amount and they've been part of their success. Chelsea is just having a squad rebound.
Look at Fofana, the way he's fighting.
And Chelsea is going through a transition period. So you can't compare Chelsea that is in transition with a Man City that is at their peak. So there are two different clubs entirely right now.
Two different clubs entirely. It is the 86th minute into the second half. 4 minutes left to play regulation time, and it's still goalless. Liverpool have not scored. Chelsea have not scored. It's like history want to repeat itself.
You see, I spoke about Sterling, experience.
And he's replacing João Felix.
He replaced João Felix. So, when you have a coach that knows, I was talking about this guy, that you can see changes, there's discipline. Everybody is playing their role. Football is not five-a-side. Five-a-side football now, everybody can play different roles. But when you have 11 men, everybody has their role on the field of play. Do your primary duty. If you now add extra, then it's a plus. But if you are not doing your primary duty, you should not be celebrated. That's my issue with Arnold. That's my issue with him. You go out there, you get assist, you do this back to back to back to back to back. But your defensive duties, you are failing. So it should not be so. Look at Cucurella. Cucurella is trying to join the attack now. No. Chelsea played better today, but they are still not going to leave their 11th position if they don't win this game.
They need to leave that 11th position.
Yeah.
It has been long. And, let's quickly look at the top four. Those who will be in the top four. It is very, very tight. Because right now, we're talking about the point, we have 3 teams who are 50 points. It just goes different.
Yes.
Newcastle, Tottenham, Manchester United. And Brighton is coming with 46 points. Aston Villa is coming with 44
Brighton
points.
has how many games in hand?
They have 2 games.
That means if Brighton wins, Brighton go ahead of those.
If they win,
3 teams.
So
Brighton will be in 3rd, while Newcastle will be in 4th.
And Tottenham will be fighting. Manchester United will be fighting to be in the top.
Of course, you fight. In Premier League, you have to fight to get in and fight to stay in. Man U was comfortable before, but they stopped fighting. And now, what are they? They are in a situation whereby they have to win.
The previous year, this is the area where Arsenal comes in. When 5 teams are struggling for top 4.
Arsenal.
That's where Arsenal comes in.
Arsenal is out already.
I know it is out, but I'm saying the
previous
years,
they're
then.
But Arsenal
this is where they win their own.
They have woken up
They will
from
wait.
their slumber.
When they get to this time, That everybody will be struggling for top four, struggling. Arsenal will just manage, win, and enter top four. Everybody, all Arsenal
That was
under
Wenger.
They will be celebrating.
But even Wenger later lost it. You know, football is beautiful because some of the things we enjoy about football is the unpredictability ratio of football. You can't really say this is what will happen. And that's why, you know, it gives us surprise of our life. You know, as a Chelsea fan, I can't deny that 2021, if they had told me by December that Chelsea will be winning Champions League, I would have argued. Look at the way Chelsea took out those teams. Started from the ownership. Take out the manager, replace him. And what happened? Something started. We started winning games.
Oh, it is 90th minute. 90th minute, regulation time is over. Let's see how many minutes will be added. Probably 5. Probably 4. It won't be up to 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 3, 4.
I don't think it will be up to 5 minutes.
I don't think there was a... Okay, the VR check, so it might be up to 5.
Okay, VR check, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's almost coming to an end. And it's like it's going to be another draw for Liverpool and Chelsea.
You know, this game has been a draw soup over the years. You know, playing draw back to back to back. You know, you see the sense of urgency. Yoruba will say, it's now you're now waking up. What happened to the first minute of the game till now?
Fire brigade approach.
Yeah. When he's now going to the damage, you are not running. The race you have not been running since morning. It's not that means you want to start running it. But this is not bad. Chelsea didn't lose, but they'll be in their 11.
So what advice will you give to Chelsea fans right now? Because right now, I know a lot of them will be boiling. A lot of them will be boiling.
Take your mind off. Don't expect anything from Chelsea. Take care of your sanity. So that you don't lose a Chelsea game and start, you know, venting your anger on your children or your siblings. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Just take off your mind off Chelsea. Just know that Chelsea is a team that will suffer for either 1 or 2 seasons.
Because I know a lot of them must have left watching this match.
Of course. Honestly, if I'm not doing this show live, I might not be watching this game again. It's the truth. Because I need to take care of my mental health. So I love Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea faithful. But I talk football realistically, the way it is. So when you see the reality in this Chelsea team, they go still chop and water. They better bring in a good coach that will bring back the Chelsea we used to know. Chelsea we felt.
You know one thing I'm missing about this season Premier League? I miss the bragging of Chelsea. I miss the noise of Chelsea. You know, they make football interesting. Their fans, they talk a lot. You know, they talk a lot. But right now, their mouth they shorten up their mouth. They're not talking again.
No. Football is the wave. When you are winning, you talk.
Okay.
It's only a fool that argues with fact. If you are not winning, you keep quiet. You wait for your turn. You go and join the queue, and you banter from far distance. Because when the stray bullet hits you, like some people, when he hits them, the day they lost to Man U, they won't cry. But it's a stray bullet.
It's a stray bullet.
So you just have to accept your own defeat in peace. And just move on. When they banter, you just smile. Don't be angry, because you'll be angry for a long time if you start getting angry. So when they banter Chelsea fans, just smile. We are in transition.
Okay,
look at just came true.
Okay, looking at the fans in the stadium, you know, there is no cheering.
Who want to cheer?
But at least you cheer to boost the morale of the players.
To boost what?
The morale of the players.
If the players cannot boost their own morale, they should get out of the field. They are collecting weekly salary. What are they collecting money for? Who want to boost? To boost what?
All right. Please remember to call in. Our calling line is still open. And the number is 080-6754-7092. Don't forget to call in and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to call in, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and tell your friends to also subscribe so that we will always give you notification whenever we are on.
And they should tell somebody to tell somebody.
Yes, tell somebody to tell somebody.
After telling somebody, they should tell another somebody.
Yeah.
So that we can keep coming to them live, give them the gist as they hot.
As it is hot, yeah, as it is hot. We always give it to you as it is hot. So it is 94 minutes, 1 minute left for the match between Chelsea and Liverpool. Oh, it's like it's moving to the direction of draw.
Yeah, draw soup.
Draw.
Yeah.
Draw for Chelsea.
I don't know if they eat a lot of okra or is it a wood or banga? Or
Both teams are not. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. Both teams. Liverpool is not doing well. Chelsea is not doing well, and they are drawing this very particular match. Now.
Yeah, they are both team in emergency unit in the hospital, so they need emergency attention. You understand? They need a doctor as soon as possible. You know?
They need the doctor as soon as possible.
But Chelsea's doctor should be the new gaffer to handle the coach in a far better way. But the way Chelsea played today is not bad. They showed confidence. If you play Liverpool near at your home, it's not a bad result. It's not bad. This Liverpool too played well. They played well. Resting some of their key players, and they still got this kind of result.
And Mo Salah is there trying to score a late minute goal, but Cucurella, supported by is it Kovacic? They are all there blocking them.
You know, it's better to get a draw than to lose this kind of game. If you concede now, it will be so painful. It will be like a dagger to the heart. So, you know, an average Chelsea fan tomorrow will open another book of lamentation and start lamenting again. So it's just one of those things.
And the match has come to an end, and it is goalless, 0-0. Nobody scored, but it was an interesting match. The intensity of the match was so strong that every football lover should be happy with, but it's just that some Chelsea fans are so sentimental, they don't want to rejoice.
Not about sentimental.
They don't want to rejoice.
Chelsea is in 11th position. You are saying sentiment. What sentiment has to do? Is Chelsea an 11th position team? Will you spend up to 600 million to be in 11th? What sentiment? It's the reality we see. Chelsea has no business being 11th.
So now we have seen the result of the match today. So can you just summarize the match so far? Say one or two things before we close.
So far, Chelsea did well. It's an improvement from their last game. Not there yet, but you know, when you are taking some steps that are positive, we have to give them credit. Kante had a good game with James. Kai Havertz maybe a bit above average. And Kepa too had a good game. Then Kovacic too has a good game. So not bad. So far, so good. We can take it up from here.
All right, so far, so good. The match have ended. We've seen what the new coach brought to the table of Chelsea, Bruno Salto. I think it's not bad playing his first match with a very big team like Liverpool. And Jordan Klopp, he was able to have a draw, a clean sheet. They take home a clean sheet. Both sides taking home a clean sheet. So that's how far we can go today. Tomorrow, don't forget to join us. The big match between Manchester United vs Brentford and West Ham vs Newcastle. 8 o'clock tomorrow, don't forget to join us. Don't forget to subscribe also, and always remember to call in. For now, it is goodbye and good night. But we'll meet tomorrow. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans. Manchester fans